What if your dog understands you not through your words, not through sit or stay, but through something far more primal, something that lives in the very air between you?
It's a surprising idea, isn't it? Maybe even a bit revolutionary. That the really deep conversations with our dogs might be happening on a channel we barely even notice.
Absolutely. So today we're doing a deep dive into this fascinating world of canine communication. We're pulling insights from Laurie J. Harris's book, The Whispering Nose, which is frankly groundbreaking, and its companion, Quick Reference Guide. Really useful stuff.
Yeah, and our mission here is really to unpack how dogs perceive our emotional states. Through scent, through energy. We want to explore how you, the listener, can use this sort of hidden scent language to build trust, calm those really deep fears, and heal things that, well, regular obedience training just doesn't touch.
Right. The goal is to get you really well informed on this because it feels almost mystical sometimes, but there's real science here. Ancient canine wisdom, too. And here's where it got me right away. We're not just talking about their amazing sense of smell, which we all know about, but this idea that dogs don't just smell things, they actually feel through a secret ancient organ. Like they're plugged right into us.
It's almost like they're reading the invisible weather patterns inside you, picking up cues we don't even know we're sending out.
It's fascinating. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's start with this hidden sensory world, the stuff beyond what we usually think about.
Okay, so the basic idea, the premise, is that your dog isn't just listening to your voice. Long before that, she's tuned into your body's chemistry. She's reading the air like scripture, sensing every tiny molecule of fear or relief, or even just your intention in that moment.
Wow.
Yeah, she tracks the shifting weather of your nervous system, breath by breath, scent by scent. And crucially, she remembers it. It forms this deep chemical memory.
That's incredible. And it starts to make more sense when you realize dogs actually have, well, it's like they have two noses, right? There's the conscious one we all see, the twitching nose sniffing for treats or tracking squirrels. That's the olfactory system. Deals with everyday smells, lavender, grass, powerful, amazing, but
And not the whole story, not
yeah.
at all. The other one, the more mysterious one, is Jacobson's organ, or the vomeronasal organ, the VNO.
Okay.
It's this tiny chamber hidden behind the upper teeth, and it doesn't sniff like the other nose. It senses invisible molecules, things like pheromones, social hormones, and these things called chemosignals.
Chemosignals. Okay, what are those exactly? Break that down a bit.
Think of them like silent biological messages, chemical cues from one animal that influence another, often completely unconsciously. And here's the really vital part. These signals from the VNO, they bypass the thinking brain. They go straight to the emotional limbic brain.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the dog isn't just smelling, they're feeling through scent. It's like the book says, a soul antenna, tuning right into intention, trust, threat before the conscious mind even gets involved. It's deep neurology, almost mythic, really.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, my dog isn't just picking up my scent like my shampoo or whatever. They're perceiving the entire emotional climate of my body.
That's it.
The space between us isn't empty. It's buzzing with frequency. My heart's electromagnetic pulses those electrical signals. My breath changing my energy field. My stress or calm, it actually radiates out.
Exactly right. Your dog is tuned to that frequency, like an old radio picking up subtle shifts. And it's not just mirroring, it's what's called energetic entrainment.
Entrainment.
Yeah, like one rhythm influencing another. Your calm breathing, your steady heart rate can actually help your dog's nervous system sync up and calm down too. When you rush, they feel it.
Right.
When you soften, their system kind of exhales with yours. When you're anxious, well, their cells prepare for chaos. They're receiving your whole internal broadcast.
This completely changes how we think about dog training, doesn't it? The whole philosophy shifts. It's not about obedience commands. It's about translating devotion, as the book puts it, rewriting fear using rituals. Because fear isn't bad behavior, it's misattunement. That feels so much more compassionate.
It really is. And it matters because the dog doesn't need fixing or punishing. She needs to be felt, seen, anchored by someone who gets that her fear is about a mismatch with safety signals.
Yeah.
You, the human, become the bridge.
Yeah.
Not between command and compliance, but between fear and safety, chaos and coherence, disconnection and devotion, offering a stable, energetic chemical landscape.
So how do we actually do that? How do we influence this hidden world for healing? The book talks about two pathways, the scent system and the energy field. Now let's start with scent, maybe with pheromones like DAP.
Yeah, DE, dog appeasing pheromone. It works through the Jacobson's organ, the VNO. So it affects the subconscious, the limbic brain, emotion, memory, motivation. It's like a deep organ lullaby, is a good way to put it. It imprints peace, but only when it's consistently paired with safety. Things like adaptable collars use this, mimicking the signals from a mother dog. But, and this is really crucial, you use DAP to condition peace. You don't use it during a panic. Its power is in the positive association built over time when the dog is already calm and settling.
That's a key distinction. Got it. And then there are essential oils. How do they fit in? Lavender, chamomile?
Right. Those work through the olfactory bulb, the regular nose, so they affect conscious awareness more. They're like a soft perfume of calm, pleasant, associative. They can help build another layer, but they don't shift deep trauma on their own like pheromones potentially can through the VNO. They're supportive, gentle.
Okay, good to know the difference. So the second pathway is the energy field. Felt through the dog's body, not just the nose. What does that involve?
This is about things like your grounding, how stable and present you feel in your own body. Your breath rhythm, is it shallow and fast or deep and slow? Your tone of voice, subtle gestures like an open palm versus a tense fist. Your own bioelectric coherence.
Bioelectric coherence.
Yeah, basically how harmoniously your body's systems, especially your heart and brain, are communicating creates a measurable field. And also the intention behind your touch. Is it calming or controlling? When your dog senses your calm, your coherence, not just smells a calming oil, but feels your calm field, that's when the deepest co-regulation happens. You are literally the bridge.
That really connects the science and the soul of it. Okay, so let's make this practical. How do we apply this to specific challenges? The book frames each one with the dog's wound, what their nose reads, and then rituals using scent, energy.
Right. Let's start with fear-based reactivity toward people. The book calls it the rattle at the door. The wound is often a deep chemical memory, a warning linked to maybe a human's startle or fear in the past.
Okay.
So a dog's VNO reads, say, the owner's stress hormones the second someone knocks, and that translates instantly to danger, we're not safe. It's not defiance, it's biology. It's empathy gone into overdrive based on past scent memory.
So the healing isn't about yelling quiet, it's about speaking to that subconscious brain before the reaction kicks in, using pheromones, oils, your own calm energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Proactively. So a key ritual might be having a DAP diffuser near the door, creating this constant background scent of safety in that specific location. Maybe a DAP collar too, but again, put on when the dog is calm, so the association is positive.
And what about the human's part? Energetically?
Your co-regulation breath is huge here. Sit near your dog, maybe hand on your own chest, breathe in slowly for 4, out gently for 6 or 8, soften your gaze. You can even use a silent mantra like the book suggests. We breathe safety in, we send fear out. You become the energetic anchor.
That makes sense, and I love these Kyo prompts for the human and pack whispers for the dog. For this one, the Kyo prompt is, when someone knocks, what part of me panics? What if, instead of controlling my dog, I ritualize the space we both fear? That really makes you think.
It does. Turns the focus inward. And the pack whisper. The doorway is not a threat, it is a threshold, and we cross it together, one breath, one spiral, one whisper at a time. It frames it as a shared journey.
Okay, next. Leash reactivity and sensory flooding. The raging tether. The wound here is like a physiological storm, right? Limbic system overrides the thinking brain.
Exactly. The leash feels like a trap. The dog's VNO is picking up stress pheromones, hormonal shifts, maybe old scent memories on the pavement. The whole world feels overwhelming.
So the healing is about interrupting that flood before it starts, preparing your own energy field.
Precisely. So a ritual could be spraying Adaptal on a bandana 15 minutes before the walk, pairing it with calm touch. Then your energy on the walk. Loose shoulders, soft gaze, walking with intention but not tension. Thinking of the leash like silk, like a pressure pendulum that moves with your breath, not a tight wire.
And if a trigger another dog, say, appears, what's a good ritual then?
Instead of tensing up and pulling back, try the spiral technique. Gently guide your dog into a wide circle. Let them sniff, move, spiral away from the direct line of the trigger. It changes the dynamic from confrontation to fluid movement. You can use a mantra like, the path bends, but we are safe. Creating space, not forcing through.
The Kyo prompt here. What part of me tightens when the leash does, when my dog rages? What in me is still begging for room to breathe?
Wow, powerful self-reflection. And the pack whisper. The leash is not a rope of control, it is a thread of breath between hearts. When we walk in spirals, we walk back to trust. Really reframes the whole walk.
Okay, moving to hyperstartle and nervous system fragility. Lightning in the bones. The wound is the brain having trouble shifting into that calm, parasympathetic state. Low vagal tone, maybe?
Often, yes. The vagus nerve isn't regulating stress responses effectively. Their VNO is constantly confirming alarm, reading adrenaline, cortisol, old fear sense. The world is just too loud, too fast for their system.
So healing isn't about toughening them up. It's about ritual stillness, creating consistent safety signals.
Exactly. One breath, one scent at a time. A core ritual is the scent cave, a safe retreat crate, corner, whatever, with a DAP-infused blanket, something with your scent, maybe a tiny bit of lavender, soft music, or pink noise. It's a space purely for calming down, for reclamation.
And how do we help energetically with such a fragile dog?
The stillness ritual is key. You sit quietly near their safe space. No talking, no commands. Palm on the ground or your heart. That slow 4 ins, 8 out breath. Just be calm. Widen your own field. If they approach or touch you, keep your touch rhythmic and gentle, not stimulating. You become the quiet anchor they can tune into.
The Keo prompt. When my dog flinches, what part of me lips to? What if I stopped answering the panic and became the quiet?
And the pack whisper is beautiful. Some dogs were born tuned to the wind. They don't need less sensitivity. They need a world soft enough to hold it. It's about acceptance and accommodation.
Let's talk about stranger-directed aggression, the fire at the threshold. The wound seems similar chemical whispers, sent memories activating fear centers like the amygdala.
Yes, the VNO might pick up on residual fear sense, maybe certain hormone profiles, unfamiliar synthetic smells, triggering that protective keep-away response. It's not usually hate. It's perceived danger based on scent and memory. History, really.
So healing means speaking to the nose, the field, the memory map.
Right. Priming the encounter is crucial. Use adaptable near entryways. Put DAP spray on their bandana when they're calm, well before a visitor comes, so the limbic brain learns. This scent means peace is possible here.
Setting the stage chemically and energetically during the interaction, what's the human's role?
Bioenergy matching. Super important. You have to ground yourself first. Hand on heart, deep 5 ins to 7 out breaths. Visualize calm wrapping around your dog. Then coach the visitor. Enter sideways, soft eyes, no reaching, low voice. Maybe they hold a cloth with the dog's calming scent on it. And critically, they sit and wait. Let the dog choose proximity. No forcing, no luring with food right away. Respect the dog's need for space and choice.
Low pressure. Makes sense. Keo prompt. When my dog reacts to a stranger, what part of me tightens to, what if I allowed the moment to be a mirror, not a failure?
And the pack whisper. Aggression is not about hatred. It's about history. And when we enter that threshold with scent, stillness, and choice, we write a new chapter in the book of trust. Powerful framing.
Okay, then there's sensory overload and emotional saturation. The world is too loud. This sounds like the hyper-startled dog, but maybe more generalized. A nervous system without filters.
Exactly. Constantly saturated. And their VNO reads the environmental tension, including your rush, your anxiety. It's all just too much input for their system to process calmly.
So the healing isn't about forcing them to cope, but creating space for them to uncoil, find a quieter rhythm.
Precisely. Again, the scent cave sanctuary is vital. Dim light, comfy bedding with BP, maybe lavender or Roman chamomile, your scent object. It's about settling their field in a predictable, safe space.
And when they're actively overwhelmed, how do we help right then?
Energetic re-regulation. Don't command or distract frantically. Instead, you sit down. Close your eyes, maybe. Breathe deeply, 4 ins, 8 out. Widen your field. Maybe hum quietly. Hand nearby, offering presence, not necessarily touching unless invited. You're offering a calm frequency for them to tune into, a shared stillness.
Keo prompt. What parts of the world feel too loud for me? If I made space for quiet, would my dog believe it too? Connects our sensitivities.
Yes, and the pack whisper. Some dogs were born with open doors where we have walls. They don't need to shut down. They need someone to build them a sanctuary made of scent, silence, and steady breath.
Let's tackle separation anxiety as a grief response, the space between us. The wound here is described as a neurochemical void. That abscess is physically painful.
For some dogs, yes. Their limbic brain basically panics when you leave. The VNO scans frantically for your fading scent, interpreting it as abandonment. It's a physiological grief response, much deeper than just boredom.
So you can't just train it away. You need to build bridges across that gap. Scent, ritual, energy.
Exactly. A core ritual is the scented stay behind. Leave a scent talisman like a t-shirt you've worn for 24 hours, keep it fresh in their bed. DAP diffuser nearby, maybe a calm essential oil layered in. It's a scent map for their VNO, saying presence remains.
Leaving a piece of yourself, chemically speaking, what about the actual leaving and returning?
The ritual of parting is key. A minute before you go, sit calmly with them. Hand on your chest, slow 4 in, 6 out breath. Whisper the exact same phrase every time. I'm with you, even when apart. Keep it sacred, predictable, no drama. Then the return ritual. No big, noisy greetings. Come in, sit calmly. Offer presents, hand on chest, audible breath, let them come to you. Then the same return phrase, we're whole again, reinforcing connection.
Cue prompt. When I leave, what part of me disappears? What would it mean to leave with reverence and return with ritual? Makes you think about your own energy around departures.
Absolutely, and the pack whisper. Even when we part, we are not undone. Our scent stays, our rhythm lingers, love does not vanish, it breathes between returns. So poetic, and true from the dog's perspective.
Okay, last specific one. Car ride panic and motion-induced anxiety. The moving cage. The wound is, well, it sounds like a sensory nightmare for the dog. Weird sounds, movement they can't control, no familiar sense.
It really can be a multi-sensory trap. Unlocalizable noises, motion without agency, maybe airflow stripping away familiar scents, weird vibrations. The VNO finds nothing grounding, only stress history associated with the car.
So healing means rewriting the car's whole story, starting before you even get in.
Yes. Pre-ride stillness is a great ritual. Sit with your dog calmly before going to the car. Hand on your heart. Introduce a specific car scent, anchor a cloth with Adaptil and maybe your chosen calming oil. Breathe 4 inches, 8 out. Whisper your phrase, we go together, you are safe. Prime the whole experience with calm.
Setting the tone beforehand makes sense. And inside the car.
Reconditioning the car. Spray DAP inside 15 minutes before. Put the scent anchor cloth in. Maybe play calming, low-frequency music, your own scent object. Then, energetically during the ride, you breathe rhythmically, audibly. Keep your voice low, melodic. If safe, rest fingers near them, offering that calm tether touch, turning the cage into a moving sanctuary. You might need to reintroduce the car slowly, too, starting with just sitting inside, engine off, then engine on, short trips, spiraling into it.
Keo prompt. What part of me resists stillness when we're in motion? If I treated the car like sacred space, what might change for my dog? And for me, ties our experience to theirs.
Exactly. And the pack whisper sums it up. We do not rush the journey, we spiral into it. And as the wheels turn, we carry our scent, our breath, our bond like a compass in motion.
This all leads beautifully into canine bioenergy balancing, which sounds complex, but it's really about becoming that safe, energetic field for your dog, right?
Right.
Modulating your internal state so they can regulate theirs.
That's the heart of it. We all have this measurable electromagnetic field. Our dogs read it constantly. If your field carries coherence, stillness, gentle intention, their nervous system can literally entrain to yours. Sync up with it.
And this connects science and, well, something deeper. You mentioned polyvagal theory, heart rate variability.
Yes, polyvagal theory helps us understand how our nervous system shifts between safety, fight, flight, and shutdown, and how our calm state, ventral vagal, signals safety to our dog. Heart rate variability, or HRV, measures the flexibility of our nervous system higher. More coherent HRV reflects calm and resilience, and that state literally radiates. Mirror neurons help explain how emotions are contagious, and the VNO, the scent connection, feeds right into this whole energetic picture.
It's very holistic. So what are the core pillars of practicing this bioenergy balancing?
3 main ones. First, the breath is portal. Your breath is your remote control for your field. That lullaby breath, 4 in, 6 or 8 out, deep belly breathing bridges your heart and brain, creating coherence.
Okay, pillar 2.
The hands, as listeners, this isn't about petting, it's about stillness. One hand on your heart, the other may be hovering just above your dog, or resting very lightly. Permissioned presence, or tether touch. You're just offering a quiet, coherent connection for their field to potentially tune into. No imposing.
Got it. And the third pillar?
The mind is mirror. This is maybe the trickiest. It's not about fixing the dog. It's about becoming empty enough. Clearing your own mental clutter, your urgency, allowing emotions without getting caught in stories, so your dog's field has space to reorganize around your calm presence. They sense your availability, your groundedness, your calm mind mirrors safety back to them.
And the book suggests a daily practice, the heart loop practice.
Yes, it's simple but powerful. 5 minutes. Sit quietly with your dog. Hand on your chest, other hand near them. Silently inhale with you. Silently exhale at peace. Repeat. It builds this shared energetic anchor you can both access anytime, especially during stress or transitions. It really deepens that shared nervous system.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it really comes back to this idea that dogs are keepers of continuity. They remember us not just by words, but by the molecules we exhale, the scent of our fear or peace. Our scent tells our story to them.
Absolutely. And by practicing these rituals, you really do become that field of safety, the vessel of coherence. It stops being about just training a dog It becomes about building this incredibly deep bond, this shared nervous system that resonates through everything.
The legacy here, from the whispering nose, feels like, well, even if commands fade, the nose remembers. The rituals, the whispers, the shared breath, the stillness offered. That's how we leave these echoes of love in the air.
It's a conversation far beyond words, touching the very essence of the relationship.
So we'll leave you with that final parting whisper from the source. May your dog never forget your scent. May you never forget their silence. And may the space between you always be filled with breath, memory, and the invisible language.